Good afternoon, folks, and welcome into a resplendent GIO stadium. Looking very nice here today, where we have a blockbuster clash on our hands. The Canberra Raiders up against the Penrith Panthers. Two teams coming off losses, both with middling form. The Raiders sit with 3 wins and 3 losses. The Panthers with 2 wins and 4 losses. They'll be looking to join the Raiders on 6 points after today. I am Snicko Bro, joined in the box by Josh Pretzel for what promises to be a tight encounter.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to be here, Snicko. We're in for a pretty good afternoon clash. And like you said, both sides looking to be on the 6 points for the competition points. And should be a good clash. First clash of the week as well. What a good way to start off SRL footy.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. Of course, the Raiders, they'll have to contend with current second place holder on the SimVP leaderboard, Riley Murray, in a team that's only won 2 games to be coming second. That's quite remarkable. Is that a flaw of the system, Pretzel, that these players that stand out in bad teams seem to get more points, or is he really just that good?
Look, I think it's, to quote one Jack Carl, I think it's too early to tell, but Riley Murray has been electric in the losing squads when he has been losing and when he's been winning as well.
Yeah, he's one player that's sure to pick up points, and he takes the first hit up there. Now he goes to Nepo Go, who passes off to Shackelford, of course. The forward pack of the Panthers will have a big job today up against the likes of Mitch Barnes for the Raiders, who's been quite strong in that number 13 jersey. They'll be having to contain him. And Will Kay, I would probably say in a better team, he'd be getting a bit more press, Pretzel. He's had some pretty good games, but when your team's not winning, it's not good. Oh, and they go for an early 20-40 here. Wakabayashi.
That's a good kick.
Downtown, and Flynn takes it into touch. A terrific kick from Wakabayashi. Flynn just lost the bearings there slightly, and he's taken that ball over. But yeah, back to what I was saying, Will Kay, will he stand up today, do you think? Because he's had some cracker games to start the season and sort of fell off a cliff.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he is someone that is going to want to stand up, especially considering we're looking towards origin selections later towards the end of the season. Now is probably a good time to find the form.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one place that he'll want to be, as along with almost everyone in the SRL. They're going to want to be making those rep teams. And while we were talking there, Preston Beach just hit a double bump-off run, which is outstanding from him. He's been strong as well this season. And now Will Kay got out of half. So the Panthers, they're looking like they want to go short side. That's how they go. TBK goes out to Lecky Tua. He might get forced out here. He is. So that's an early error. One from both teams. Now the referee says into touch. That's Gerard Sutton. Looks, a little bit like him. Anyway, Lecky Tua just flirted with a touchline. And unfortunately, for the Panthers, that was a really good attacking chance they've just thrown away. So it'll be up to the Raiders now to work their way out of their own half. And it looks like it's going to be Nicholas Ether to take the first one. Of course, the battle of the hookers today, Tim James versus Will Kay, 2 long-time SRL members. Who do you think is going to get the chocolates today, Pretzel?
I think it really depends how their support players play around them. I think if the Raiders can click and start to get the roll on, I think Tim James will look really good. And I think if on the flip side, if Riley Murray does what he does best, I think Will Kay will look golden.
Yep. Yeah, no, you're right. It's just whichever team can sort of get a bit of momentum here to really unlock their hookers. And I guess vice versa, when a hooker gets a bit of a roll and it can unlock their team. So where does the circle start? I'm not sure. Now Lecky Tua into the backfield, breaks 2 tackles there. The Panthers, they got a bit of a habit of making line breaks early in this game, which is not promising for this Raiders team. As now they go out to Riley Murray. He plays a deep ball out to Kane Nielsen, who's going to wrestle forward here for another couple of meters in that post-contact. Left they go now. Will Kay gets out of half. No fan. He'll be looking to utilize that as the game goes on, but for the moment, just running straight at defenders. Now Nepo Goat goes for a bit of a run. He's driven backwards in a very strong tackle there. Ooh, almost a holding tackle penalty, I thought. They're looking for a 40-20 here. It's Kane Nielsen. Instead, it's just a meteorage kick. He's going to turn the fullback Riley Flynn around. He gets on his bike and cleans it up eventually. And then he's just wrapped up straight away by TBK. So it looks like if the first 5 minutes are anything to go by, Pretzel, the Panthers, they just want to play their meterage. Big kicks at the end of sets and then contain.
Absolutely. I mean, it's working for them so far. Raiders starting their set in their own 20, where now 3 tackles gone and they still haven't broken the halfway line. So it seems to be working.
Yeah, I need a big run from the likes of a Riley Flynn or one of their props to get this set back on track. Or maybe it could be Tim James out of half. He pinches off 8 meters there. He spotted the offside marker and took full advantage. But yeah, once again, kicking from well beyond the 20-meter line. It's Luke Thompson who goes downtown. And he goes straight to Riley Murray, who on the kick return beats one. He beat Riley Flynn there, so if he was past him, could have been very dangerous, but the cover defense was theirs. Now, Riley Murray's going to play it. I've just lost vision slightly. Sorry, minor glitch in the commentary box. He got a bit excited there. As now TBK, he goes blindside. Talking of getting excited, Lecky Tua is having a lot of fun down that left edge at the moment for the Panthers. He's got to stay away from that white line, but when he does, he looks very dangerous. As now TBK ball playing once again, thinks he's a halfback or something perhaps. He goes to Preston Beach. He's brought down about 50 out from his own line. One tackle left here for the Panthers to try and make some magic happen. They go to Shackelford. He's not a magician. He just goes for the hit up instead. And now the Panthers will be kicking from about the same spot the Raiders did. So the sides at the moment very evenly matched. Kate Nielsen goes downtown to the wing of Codell Barnes, who beats one, but Riley Murray gets him. The back three of the Raiders, they haven't really been setting the field alight across the first 6 rounds, but maybe today could be the game, Pretzel, that all three of them go for a bit of a run.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be very possible there. The Raiders, they do need their back three to stand up. Like we mentioned at the beginning of the game, I think back three is going to be how they unlock Tim James.
Yeah, very lenient there from Gerard Sutton. I would have put my arm up there for a penalty. There was a lot in that tackle, but he disagrees with me. And it's meant the Raiders going to be kicking from inside their 40 on the fourth tackle. It looks like a 40-20. Riley Murray gets there just. Good positioning for him. Andy beats one into the backfield now. Riley Murray, he pinches off a good 13 meters there after that run. And not a bad place for the Panthers. The start of the set is now McKinnon. He beats a tackle as well. The Panthers are starting to click into gear here. A few broken tackles in a row. Now it looks like they got a big shape out left. Nielsen, he goes out to Wakabayashi. He couldn't link up with Murray. Instead, he takes the tackle. A bit of a momentum killer there. But now Will Kay wants to get involved. He goes for a bit of a run, spots the offside markers. He'll be brought down at about the 40-meter line. So they're making a little bit better meters than the Raiders have so far. Wakabayashi now, he plays a really dangerous ball to someone who gets hit. And then Phoenix Murphy throws an offload to Irby Arnworth. There's a lot going on there, Pretzel, and both teams. Oh, now a held in tackle penalty. We've just seen just about every error that can occur within 20 seconds. This could be a get out of jail free card for the home team.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit of a brain fade from everyone involved there. Obviously to throw the offload to the wrong player, but to also double down and get a penalty off the back of that. Not good stuff from the Panthers.
Yeah, and this will probably give the Raiders, if they play well, their first attacking chance of their game as they finish this set. As now Lucas said, he's been unsighted so far in the first 12 minutes. I think that's his first run. He takes a hit up there. And now right they go. James Godwin turns it inside to Mitch Barnes. He goes for a bit of a run. So you have Caval, Lucas said, and Mitch Barnes, a real strong forward pack. But they haven't really been able to get going. So maybe the Panthers have just really mustered up. I'm not sure, but this is their chance. Fourth tackle. They got shape out to the left. That's where they go. Godwin plays a long ball out to Irby Armworth. He wants to fall over here, but he's going to get turned on his back. We're going to go upstairs. We probably do not need to, but that's okay. Gerard with the tan. He's going to send us up there. And of course, the ball never was down. Don Pongston, good work around the legs. So one tackle left here for the Raiders to make some magic happen. Probably a grubber, you would suspect, but I'm not a halfback, so who really knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens. Right is where they go. It's Goldman. He puts in a grub. It's really well placed, but Will Kay picks it up. Good defensive work there from the hooker just to stop. I think that was Riley Flynn steaming through, and now they're going to have to get out of trouble again. Rusty Shackelford. Where are their meters coming from, Pretzel? Because second tackle, they're not even outside their 10.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be the long pass out to that to Riley Murray. That's kind of where they're going to pinch through the line. That's kind of where they've been dangerous so far in the game. But it seems that they're just going to try and, I guess, play up the middle.
Yeah, they might look for a 20-40 here. It looks like Wakabayashi's in position. No, Kane Nielsen, sorry. He goes out to Murray, who ball plays out to Pongston, and he just gets monstered in a good defensive stint there from the Raiders. 19 meters gain across the whole set. That's domination from the defensive team. And so Nepo Goat has to kick, and he just goes straight downfield, picked up by Codell Barnes. He's got a bit of a broken defensive line, beats one, but they get him eventually. Nonetheless, 45 meters out on the first tackle. That's where you want to start your set, really. Is now Irby Arnworth goes for a bit of a gallop. You just have to wonder if this sustained field position that the Raiders seem to be finding could be telling later on. A lot of tackles so far from the Panthers, it seems, within their own half. And now a 6 against. That's a second indiscretion for being too long in the ruck by the Panthers. I'll have to fix that up as this game goes on. As now Riley Flynn on the back of a backline movement is hit hard by TBK. But it's only the first tackle of the Raiders now. They got numbers right. That's where they go. Turn it inside to Mitch Barnes, who goes down pretty easily. The TBK makes that tackle once again. And now Luke Thompson plays a short ball to Nicholas Heath. He's popped up in the middle of the field, brought down on the 20-meter line, but it's still only third tackle. This set's never ending. Now they go right. Luke Thompson, he goes through a bit of a gallop. So the boys, they're trying to get over here. A lot of one-off passing, a lot of two-offs, not a whole lot of backline movement. Now Tim James out of half. Perhaps this is where they can swing it left. Fifth tackle, they're in the red zone. They have the chance here if they want to put in a good grubber. And that's what they do. Luke Thompson puts it in very nicely. Cleaned up, though, by Rusty Shackelford. And he's going to be tackled on his 1 meter line. The Panthers really dodged a bullet there, Pretzel.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fantastic kick. And like we saw, that was nearly going to be a try. If we're just maybe another millimeter or two off to the left, we saw the number 8 for Canberra steaming in on it. So very good work from Raiders. Panthers seem to be in a bit of trouble so far.
Yeah, Will Kay got his first fend of the game off. Just saying, they're looking at a 20-40 again. Kane Nielsen, that's a really good kick. It looks like it might bounce out. It does just. The Raiders very lackadaisical there. They let that one go out. Perhaps they didn't know it was inside the 20, but it means the Panthers have good field position. Kane Nielsen, a terrific kick there, right when his team needed him the most. It means that on first tackle, Nepo Goat's going to play it. Oh, sorry, 0 tackle. I didn't say that. Trayvon Takahu now is going to play it about 21 out from the Raiders line on first. A really good chance here. They go short side. Wakabayashi goes to Valentine. He beats one. Luckily, he heads infield. We don't see Lecky Tua go out again. Now they're going to have to spin it back to the open side. Nepo Goat, ball plays. Preston beats the big man. He's going to try and force his way over, but he can't. 2 meters out from the line, third tackle. We could see opening points in just a moment. Will Kay, he goes to Phoenix Murphy. Inside ball, Riley Murray, who's going to get turned on his back just. The Raiders have done a great job there, stopping the try-scoring freak from scoring once again. Yeah, turned on his back, a good effort. Do you think that's the danger man, Pretzel, Riley Murray to score the try, or do you think we could see our unheralded superstar come to the fore?
I think the safe option is Riley Murray. He seems to always just turn it on when the Panthers need it the most. But I mean, seeing an unheralded hero for the Panthers would be a sight to see.
Would be unusual for how this team's played, and now it looks like it's going to be Wakabayashi in the kicking position. He puts in a good grubber. Murray was steaming onto it, or perhaps that wasn't Murray. Anyway, someone was steaming onto it, but Lucas Ed picked it up really nicely and saved a try. So both teams now, Pretzel, they've shown they have a good short kicking game, but so far the defensive prowess has been up to the task.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems to be just going back and forth. Early stages of the game, both teams couldn't get out of their half and were kicking from halfway, but it seems that now we're getting a bit expansive as Mitch Barnes goes for a bit of a gallop.
Yeah, good gallop there by Mitch Barnes, and an offload that didn't come to fruition, but it's dangerous if the players start to throw those kinds of offloads. Now Godwin, he goes out to Thompson, and really that run saved the set because they were well in their own territory. Now they're going to play it just on the other side of halfway. So luckily for the Raiders, that one happened as now Mitch Barnes kicks it to the wing of Dom Ponkston, his second take for the game, and once again just wrapped up in a really good tackle there. So Dom Ponkston so far hasn't been able to get any of the dance moves on to go downfield. A big hit there. Lachlan McKinnon gets folded. And the Raiders come up with the ball. Back to the centers, please, Lachlan. Don't run it at the big boys. Now Tim James out of half. He's going to try and push over here for inaugural points in the game. He doesn't get there. Good defense and a chance for the Panthers to reset, Pretzel.
Yeah, absolutely. Panthers, they're going to need to kind of regather their thoughts there, especially after getting rattled like that and forcing the turnover in their own 10 meters.
Yeah, not where you want to give over the ball, that's for sure. It's second tackle now. The Raiders are going to have a lot of chances to score. Sorry, only first tackle. A lot of chances to score in this set. Godwin, he wants to go himself, and he's driving forward here. Brought down about 2 from the line. They got shaped to the left. No, Tim James out of half. He's going to try and wrestle his way over, turned on his back. We'll send it up just to check, but you got to think this is a no try. The referees getting their arm workouts in today. Yeah, 3 in the tackle there. Good job from the Panthers. So far, the Raiders haven't shown us anything super inspiring. A lot of one-out running. I'd like to see some kind of block shape out to their open side and try and ball play their way over, because at the moment they're just getting wrestled every single time, and maybe they're doing it now. 2 passes out to Ranger Rage, fresh on the field, going at some Panthers who I think haven't subbed yet, so a bit of fatigue disparity there. Now outside ball, there was no inside ball to Luke Thompson, who's going to play it. No, we're going to go upstairs quickly to check. And as we all expected, the ball nowhere near the ground, TBK over the top. So it means the Raiders, they've had all this ball down this end. If they don't score, it could be quite telling in the context of the game. With the way that possession swings, you got to think they have a chance at some point. The Panthers will, and they'll probably score it. So it's going to be a big kick here. Oh, a tap back comes down to Will Kay. And so far, the Raiders aren't asking a whole lot of questions with their defense, and the Panthers seem to have all the answers.
Sorry, I just needed to quickly pause. I think something's going on with my microphone. Okay, no, we're good. Everything's all sorted.
Yeah, sweet.
I wasn't sure if my microphone was actually going through the recording.
Oh, I imagine. Back to a podcast.
Snicko Bro 360, schizophrenia edition. All right.
All right, hit it. You can start talking from now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, look, good defensive set from the Panthers there. Obviously to stay in it. It was a good attacking kick, and they got the tap back, but unfortunately just went to the arms of, I think it was Will Kay who took that one.
Yeah, it was, and we see often the attacking team, he goes to the hooker and he gets a big fend off and falls over the line. This time the defensive hooker came up with the ball, so maybe he's played these games before. He's seen how that one works out as Mobiston takes his first run of the game, and the Panthers really couldn't get out of their own end there. They're going to kick it from deep within their own half. So far, the right boots of both... Sorry, he's left-footed. Okay, Nielsen has tricked me. The dominant boots of each of these Panthers halves have gotten a big workout with the amount of kicking they've been doing downfield, and so far they're up to the task. But you got to just wonder what will be the straw that breaks the camel's back as Barry Barge goes for a bit of a gallop there, breaks a tackle or two with a side step. At some point, one of these defenses is going to have to give. Is it going to be the Panthers defense? Valiant so far, but they've got to be fatiguing, you'd have to say. Or is it going to be the Raiders in just that classic momentum scene where they've had all the ball and then they just concede out of nowhere? Stick around, we'll wait and see, as now Ringer Range takes another hit up. And one thing to note there, Tim James pinched a couple of meters out of half. He spotted some offside markers. With 13 minutes left in this half, that could be dangerous for the Raiders. There's now Godwin downfield. Don Ponkston once again. They got him on lockdown at the moment. Riley Flynn makes a tackle there. Seems like every kick they do, Pretzel, to Don Ponkston, there's 6 or 7 Raiders around the ball to stop his kick return threat.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems that they've definitely been looking at some footage, trying to obviously work out the Panthers' wings, and they seem to be doing well, just not that time as he gets to pitch.
Yeah, it turns out he's good one off the ruck. Don Ponkston, don't forget the kick returns, just get him taking hit-ups. As now Phoenix Murphy ball plays to Robert Mobiston. One thing I would like to see from the Panthers forward pack, whether it's Nepo Goat or any of the players that have just subbed on, is just some kind of line breaker. Fend a big hit, I'm not sure, but it's been a long time since we've seen the forwards contribute from the Panthers. So they want to fix that one up as this game goes on. Wakabayashi, you guessed it, another clearing kick from him, as now Talos Riff takes his first run of the game and just gets absolutely monstered by Lecky Tua. Riff has been scoring some tries throughout the season, but his defense has been quite suspect. So I wouldn't be shocked to see the Panthers go out there and investigate it if they do get any chance of attacking their line. But for the moment, that's just a mythical concept for them. Any kind of line attack at the moment, the closest they can get is sort of this 20-meter zone. There's now Tim James out of half, splits the markers. He'll play it on the 40. Chance for a 40-20 if they want it. It looks like they're in position. It's going to be Luke Thompson downfield. That's a really well-placed kick. And with the bounce stays in, just Riley Murray tiptoes. Is he going to be forced out here? He is. So just like Riley Flynn earlier in the game, Riley Murray unable to contain the kick. And he had oodles of time there, Murray. He just took a while to turn around, and that's going to be very costly for the Panthers.
A bit of an unfortunate mistake from the fullback there to obviously, I guess, take the back seat and watch that ball. I actually thought it bounced on the line. It must have been really close when it did bounce. But that was
I thought that's what the was going for. They were trying to let it go out on the full and take the ball back from that 40-meter line, but instead they've conceded. Now it's the Raiders once again in the half. Luke Thompson takes a hit up brought down 10 out. Third tackle, they got to try and find Riley Flynn in the red zone because at the moment they're just toothless with the attacker. CM Barker is going to be turned on his back. Speaking of, fourth tackle now for the Raiders. Numbers to the right. They go to Ranga Rage, who gets leveled. I think that's Mobberson who got him. And now they go left here. Little face ball and a grubber. Luke Thompson puts that into row 13. That was way too big off the boot.
Yeah, definitely way too big. Good to see them attempting it, because if just a little less power on there, and it would have been a perfect kick for himself, but that was not the result we had.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. There's Mobberson with a good bump off, but then he just gets handled in the tackle anyway. So yet to see anything. Will Kay is going to make all of 3 meters there, learn to pass the ball. Willie Kay, that's not very good. And now Riley Murray, he goes wide. TBK, another man that hasn't really had a big effect in this game. Wakabayashi eventually comes down with it. Looks like they got a prop to the left. No, Will Kay gets out of half again, so he loves to run this hooker. Unfortunately for his team, they're not quite being very effective yet. Now it looks like Wakabayashi's going for a gallop. He throws a long ball out to Kane Nielsen. There's just players everywhere in this back line for the Panthers. They're sort of locking stuff out. Look at TBK run over to the right-hand side. Now he's going to run back over to the left, which is just so strange from the left second rower. And it's left his kick return with a bit of a gap. And it's Talis Riff who takes full advantage, riffs into the backfield, and TBK gets to where he should have been the whole time and makes a tackle. I got to wonder there, Fred, so is Talis Riff not max speed yet? Because getting chased by a second rower, that's not something you see every day.
No, definitely not. I mean, TBK looked rapid as well. So, yeah, you'd have to assume that he's not max speed, and that's such a shame.
Struggling begging.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now, I thought we were going to see another 6 again, but the referee doesn't agree with me. The Raiders, though, attacking as they have been all night down this red zone with 6 minutes left in this half. If they don't score here, that'll be a testament to the Panthers' defensive grit and resilience because they've had a whole lot of ball, and it could be a kick here, a big bomb from the Raiders. It looks like they're in position. Luke Thompson, 2 passes out to Jasper Goodwin. He puts up a pretty well-placed bomb. It looks like they might want to bat back. No, instead, Tenevisi Barnes comes down with it, and he's wrapped up there. 5 minutes to go in the half, and still this Panthers defensive line remains unbreached.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a theme in the last couple of weeks of the SRL. It seems that oh jeez.
Okay, put the run away. It's just not happening for him tonight. You're right though. Defensively, a lot of teams have improved the last couple of weeks, and now Will Kay wants to get out of half again. He's going to have 150 meters at half time, but I don't know if any of them are quality. I suppose we'll wait and see. As now they look at the inside ball. It goes to Murray. That's forward, and once again, the Panthers are going to let the Raiders start well within their half and have to really, nut up here in defense to stop a try. I thought with their last defensive stop, that could have been the last one for their set, but instead they just gave him another one. And now Tim James just flips someone on their head like a pancake, that player. Now Trent Martin, he goes to CM Barker. He might try and fall over the line here, turn on his back. They're only meters away. Who's going to be the star for the Raiders to set this game alight? Is it Tim James? No. He wanted it. He doesn't get it. A good tackle there by Riley Murray to drive him backwards. Fourth tackle. It could be Goodwin now. He throws a dummy, but they're going to turn him on his back just. A bit of white line fever, Pretzel.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems the last, 3 or 4 tackles in a row there. Jasper Goodwin. Sorry, it's James Godwin, actually. James Godwin getting really close there, but getting put on his back.
I've been calling him Jasper. Apologies, James. Apologies, James. Yeah, I've been trying to get the Godwin out, but Goodwin just seems to come out sometimes. Anyway, right side they go. Luke Thompson. Oh, this is a very well-placed bomb. It looks like the Raiders are underneath it. No, it's Moses Valentine, and he's going to be pushed back. So I got to say, you get a heat map of this game. It's going to be entirely between, the try line and, say, the 30-meter line of the Panthers. That's where all the ball's being played. But the Raiders, they are toothless. If they were a raiding party, they'd be turned around straight away back in the boats because at the moment, absolutely no attack.
Yeah, and it seems the way that that's the way the SRL's going over the last couple of weeks. It seems that defensive is going to win you the game. It seems that the attacking football has been phased out over the last couple of weeks.
Of course, who knows with the patch, next week that could just flip on its head once again with the way the Big Ant works. But I 100% agree. For the moment, defensively, the Panthers have been staunch. But you just have to wonder, is this going to be death by 1,000 cuts? Just the amount of tackles they've had to make, is that going to be telling in the second half? Are they going to run out of stamina? I will have to wait and see. I suppose a minute and a half left till they get a break. They play a short ball. Irby Armworth in off his edge. He's going to play it. Fifth tackle once again. That went very fast for the Raiders. It looks like they want to go left. It's Godwin. He just drops it and Nepo Goat comes down with it. They call it first, so he must have got booed to it, but an uninspiring end to the set. And now the Panthers, they just need to complete here. If they complete, they go into halftime 0-0, and they'll be very happy with it. Another error, and maybe that could be it. Will Kay goes Bonzaka, who Preston beats back on the field for a couple of minutes. He, struggles forward here. 40 seconds left, third tackle. Will Kay, of course, runs again. Quality, not quantity, Will. That's the message you need to take into halftime. 20 seconds left in this one. They're going to go to Wakabayashi. He goes for a 40-20. It looks like he might get it. No, Riley Flynn comes down with it. Last set of the half, and he's just driven backwards. We'll go into halftime all locked up.
I'm just waiting for Kiss Cam to come on me. It's not happening. Do you like it? Do you like it? The environment here, do you like the footy? Yes, we're on. Yeah, we're live.
Yes.
You're not you when you're hungry.
This is an amazing
Snickos.
reception that we've received.
Hello, NRL Hotel. How can I help?
Yeah, g'day. I'd like to organise an early checkout, please.
How does the 60-minute mark of the grand final sound?
Perfect.
But I booked a final spot in round 10.
So it looks like that was cancelled in round 13. So if you could just move aside, though, we've got some genuine top 8 teams about to check in. There you go.
What?
All the best.
Really?
Penthouse.
Oh, you have got to be joking. Going up the was?
Nah, down.
Yo!
So we've had some complaints. Is there any chance you can wrap this party up soon?
Yeah, sure. Just give us another couple of seasons, all right?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Is that all you're going to do to stop them?
Better than you managed.
Yes, rooms. Yeah, send up another 5 utility players, please.
Right away, sir. And shall I send up some more Panthers?
Ooh, sounds delish.
Any baggage, sir?
Yeah, heaps. Try 38 years worth.
Jeez Louise.
Can I help you?
Yeah, actually, got any wins against top 8 teams in here somewhere?
I just have towels.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Welcome back, folks, to a tense 0-0 scoreline. Both sides yet to crack the white paint. The Raiders had all the ball in that first half and all the territory, but the Panthers' defensive line, remained strong. So I have to wait and see if that continues in the second half. We looked at some stats. Interestingly, Tim James, 140 odd run meters. Will Kay just the 70. So you can really tell both the hookers wanting to run, but Tim James is doing it a whole lot better at the moment. And I think the other thing the Panthers need to work on is just their forwards in general have not made any meters. They've been getting out-muscled, outworked, out-defended. So they're going to have to fix that as this game goes on. Cavell here takes a hit up. For the Raiders, Riley Flynn, only 40 metres. That's one man I'd like to see touch the ball a little bit more. He's a dangerous attacking weapon, but not if he's just standing still. So maybe they can try and invoke his gameplay a little bit more in the second half to come away with some points. Pretzel, what did you think?
Yeah, look, I think I've got much of the same thoughts there. The people we thought were going to be impactful were not as impactful as Wakabayashi. Great intercept there.
Yeah, terrific intercept. And he's going to now play. Will Kay gets out of half, running again.
As we see, I'll point out in the background there, we've just had the Panthers make their substitutions as well.
Perfect. That's what I was also trying to see. Yeah, they're just a bit slow getting on, which is, do as you want for this Panthers team. And now Will Kay, he's going to run once again. I'll tell you what, I'd almost drag him at half time. It's harsh to say, but the amount of ball that he had for the lack of meterage was insane. Do you think he just needs to pass the ball a little bit more? Pretzel, I'll come back to you in a moment because it's fifth tackle now. It looks like they got shaped to the left. They just got a crash ball. Nepo Goat, he might crash over. No, held up by the goalpost. Yeah, anyway, Will Kay, he was their leading run meter at halftime. Oh, no. Tim James picks it up just. Okay, back to what I was saying. Will Kay, leading run meter, 72 meters.
They're just a bit of brain farts out there.
Yeah, it looks like Tim James is in position this time. Yeah, so they fixed that up. Oh, no. He tried to go on inside ball. It hasn't happened. Matt Turner takes it. This is not good from the Raiders. Maybe this could be the break the Panthers need. They're out of half as well. It's going to be Will Kay. No, can someone just pass the ball out of half? Things are happening strangely here. Wakabayashi throws a dummy, tries to fall over. We've seen 13 tackles in the space of a 1 by 1 meter square. And Will Kane now out of half. He passes it. Nepo Goat throws a huge forward pass to Artie Surveyor. I don't think I've seen this before, Pretzel, but it looks like we're back on track there. Good pass there to Mitch Barnes.
Yeah, I actually don't know what to say. I hope everyone's
I'm glad
entertained.
we're back on track. Yeah, I thought for a moment we were going to be stuck in a big recursive just loop of nothingness, but the Raiders, they've decided to pass. Well, Tim James wants to run now. He's brought down. 4th tackle for the Raiders. It looks like the Panthers have mustered up in defense. Jasper Goodwin, he's going to throw a few dummies. You know, they often beat that first tackler, but then the A defender just rushes them and they don't make any meters. So something for dummy halves to look at us now. It'll be Luke Thompson to kick downfield. It looks like it's going to go to Don Ponkston. He was not very influential in the first half. What can he do? He straight past one, but good kick chase gets him. But he's going to play it just about on the 50-meter line, which is terrific meterage for this Panthers team. A really loop ball out to Wakabayashi. And now Riley Murray comes down with it. I'll tell you what, for a 0-0 game, they've come out of half-time with a lot of energy, both these teams. They're throwing all sorts of unconventional shapes at us. Kane Nielsen, out to Matt Turner. That's a great pass. He'll be brought down about 35 out from the line. Logging that tackle gives the defensive line time to reset. Phoenix Murphy takes a run there. They will be brought down 22 out from the line. 4th tackle for the Panthers. What can they do with it? They pick it up eventually. Kane Nielsen gets it. He rushes forward, takes him out of kicking contention. It's going to have to be perhaps their 5'8", perhaps their lock to bomb here. It looks like it's going to be Nepo Goat. A pretty well-placed bomb. It's relatively close to the sideline. Bat back, Will K fends one, but he's gone sideways. And yeah, it's good attack from the Panthers, but you just got to wonder, how are they going to get over the line? Both teams really are just really struggling for that final penetration.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting so far. We saw it earlier in the first half where both sides, they just couldn't break the line, and it seems to be what we're getting so far. A bit of unconventional play, but it's still not really amounting to much.
Yeah, unconventional is a good way to describe it, especially what we saw right at the start of that first half. And now it'll be the Raiders to try and make their mark on this game with a 40-20. Riley Murray woefully out of position, but he's going to clean up well. Hopefully he stays in field this time. Uh-oh. He's gone out here, Riley Murray. That's second time. You say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. No, that's the wrong way around. But you get what I'm saying. Riley Murray, he's been the fool twice anyway, taken over the touchline. And for a man that is such a talented player and the way that he's dominated the SRL this season, that's very uncharacteristic, Pretzel.
Yeah, absolutely. Riley Murray's usually on top of those there, but we've seen it, I think, a couple of times over the last week or two where the fullbacks have just taken a bit of a backseat on those kick returns. Yeah.
Yeah, now, wow, someone has just read in to the Panthers off the wing. They were worried about Riley Murray being the tackle. I think that was lucky to anyway, now, players offside to the left, that's how they go. Godwin, he's going to try and barge over here. Wouldn't it be anticlimactic to have our first try to be some dummy half barge over? But yeah, I'm almost hoping for that because I just want something. Irby Arnworth turned on his back. They'll send us up to the video referee. I reckon we blow through it. What does the broadcaster think? Great decision. Back to the field of play here. Irby Arnworth. Godwin's going to grab her. This is good. Riley Flynn comes down with it. The big Superman dive. And Riley Flynn, he doesn't need many chances. He's only touched the ball a handful of times, but he's scored the try there. Unlike the Raiders team, which has had a multitude of chances, finally Riley Flynn capitalises a big swan dive over his counterpart, captain and fullback Murray. Good class from Godwin there, and Riley Murray unable to stop Riley Flynn.
Yeah, I had some question marks over whether it was onside or not, but
me too.
That replay didn't really prove much, but obviously Bunker's happy with it, so we'll just play on. Yeah, and you got to think Godwin's going to slot this one. Although with the way this game is going, I wouldn't be surprised if he misses. Anyway. I was about to say, before they've scored that try there, what were your thoughts on a prospective 0-0 game at full time? But that's not to be today.
Wouldn't have been great. Would have been kind of funny.
It would have been pretty funny.
Might have got to be boring, especially with the attacking weapons that both of these sides have. You got to think someone's going to score, and glad that they did. Because, if we go to Golden Point, I'm not sure either of these teams will be able to kick a field goal the way things are going. As now Riley Murray goes downtown off the kickoff. He want to inspire his team here. It goes to Jasper Goodwin, the man who just converted, and he runs straight into a brick wall. Doesn't make many post-contact meters, though. Now Tim James out of half. Offside player. Some good post-contact meters from him. Second tackle for the Raiders. They just have to, work through the next couple of sets, I think. The way this game is going, it's not going to be a high score. I'm sensing a 12-6 or a 6-0 kind of game. There's not going to be a lot of points because both these teams apparently can't attack. So if the Raiders can just, hold on, a big hit there from, I think that is Jimmy Ralph, perhaps, has turned over the ball. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe we are going to see some points. Maybe they're going to fire up here because the crowd, they've just gone into it on the back of that hit. The home crowd thought it was hit off the ball. I have to say I agree with them. As now Phoenix Murphy gets hit. Irby Arnworth comes down with it. Terrific stuff from the Raiders, getting one back there. The big boys have come to play. That pass looked forward. Lucas said the man who just turned the ball over, he's going to play the ball for the Raiders. Tim James out of half. Can't do much with it, but it gets a good offload to Mitch Barnes, who fights for another, 3 or 4 meters there. The Raiders are doing things the hard way at the moment. Declan Connell goes to Godwin, who goes to Cavall, out to Nicholas Ether. A lot of passing, not a lot of forward movement, mostly lateral. Eventually, he's brought down, though, about the 40-meter line. Perhaps they want a 40-20. No, Cavall goes. He just takes a run straight up the guts into some good Panthers defense. They're going to make the Raiders kick here from a long way away from their trial, and that's a bad kick. Don Ponkston comes up with it on the run. He had a bit of momentum with him, but some good defense stops him there. And maybe we're going to see an inversion of the first half, Pretzel, where the Raiders... oh, no!
Oh, dear.
We are not. That was a big hit from the Raiders. I was about to say maybe we see the Panthers get all the ball, but 2 big hits in the last 2 Penrith possessions. They've just turned the ball over so easily. Lucas Ed's been the man who cops one himself. All the boys have come out to play. I don't know what they put in the Gatorades at halftime, but might start with meth and end with amphetamines, the way these props are playing. Riley Flynn now with the tackle. I just think, Pretzel, if I was a little hooker, if I was a halfback, I would not be running the ball at the moment.
No, definitely not. And I feel like Will Kay might get a bit of treatment if he does keep running out of half. And I don't think Riley Murray would be too upset. It might teach him to stop running the ball.
Yeah, that's a good grubber there. Oh, Will Kay comes down with it. I got to say, in some of the games, Will Kay has been their best player, but tonight, unfortunately, it's just overdone it. Perhaps, overcooked the cake. It's come out a little bit burnt. Perhaps the colour of the Penrith jersey, I'm not sure. And maybe we need to get Riley Murray into the game a bit more as Jimmy Ralph takes a hit up there. And he's going to be brought down on about the 40-metre line. Yet to see the shoulders of Lucas Ed come into this one, but you would think it's not far away if they venture down his side of the field as Matt Turner takes a run there. He was the man who turned the ball over originally from the Panthers. Oh, Lucas Ed, 3 from 3. That is 3 strikes, and you are out of here. Put him back in the sheds because he's dangerous for anyone out there at the moment. Irby Arnworth now takes a run. He's got 2 minutes left in this stint. It could be the most destructive stint I've seen from a prop in SRL 2.0 so far, Pretzel.
Absolutely. I'm just thinking maybe next week we need to have a SRL bet for unders and overs on Will Kay dummy half runs.
Or do we want under over Lucas said big hits? Because that is much more exciting. What he's been doing off the ball has been exceptional, and now he gets a bit involved. He knows he doesn't have long left in this one, and probably lucky for the Panthers because he's been dynamite. Just 3 turnovers is terrific in 3 sets. The Panthers haven't completed a set for about 8 minutes, and it means the Raiders have a chance now to put in a good kick. It's going to be Luke Thompson. Oh, he hits the goalpost. Mitch Barnes, so close to scoring there. The Panthers come away with it, and now Will Kay hits the post. And it's going to be a try, I think.
I think it was as well.
Lucas said.
Lucas said
who scored it.
Oh.
Or does he knock it on?
I think that's got to be a knock on.
I think that's a knock on. I think they've hit the old Monopoly get out of jail free card. The Panthers have here because that was shocking service. Just really unfortunate that the goalpost, was where it's been the entire game, got in the way, and the Panthers are unable to avoid it. And now a 7 tackle set for them. This could be a major turning point in the game, Pretzel.
Absolutely. You kind of got a feel for it there. Ollie Pache, 3 for 3 in turnovers. And in his fourth set, almost turning it over and getting a try would have been just cinematic, but I guess it wasn't to be.
Yeah, this is Lucas Ed's last set on the field as a prop. Does he have one more in him? I think the Panthers will be very wise to stay away from his side of the field. I can just see him lurking in the middle there. I want to see the ball go his way. Will Kay is going to get out of half. Good fend off. There's some meterage. That's a bit better than what we saw in the first half. It looks like they're going short side again. This has been a well put together set by the Panthers for the pure fact that they've stayed away from Lucas Ed and his big shoulders, because that's not somewhere you want to be at the moment. Fifth tackle now, they're going to kick. It'll be Nepo go downtown, straight into the arms of the waiting Riley Flynn. The lone try scorer in this game can't do much with it. To the delight of any Panthers who've just seen Lucas Ed exit the field. Maybe we can... Oh!
Preston
Another
Beats.
big hit. Preston Beats. He saw what Lucas said was serving up, and he's decided he wants a bite. Everyone is out for blood this game, Pretzel. It is vicious out there at the moment. Forget scoring points. It's about point scoring with the shoulders. And now Tim James out of half. He's not scared, straight at Preston Beats. And you just have to wonder, Pretzel, how long can this stalemate hold?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think it can last much longer than this. We've seen some great hits. The Panthers have been absolutely peppered with these big shoulders from Lucas Ed. I guess now it is Penrith's turn. They've got some firepower returning from that recent prop interchange. So I guess we'll see if the Raiders get a bit of a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, the Panthers famously an ambush kind of animal. That's exactly what Preston Beats did. Ran on. His first impact in the game since his substitution was just a big hit. So that's good from him, as now McKinnon goes out to Don Ponkston down the right-hand touchline. A bit of space for him finally. For the first half, he was pretty well locked up. As now fourth tackle, they're going to go left. I think it's a two-pass. No, Riley Murray instead just charges straight into the defense, but gets tackled. So he's out of commission now for this last tackle. But you got to think it's going to be a punt anyway from Kane Nielsen. That's exactly what we see. Down to the wing of Tallis Riff, and he's a bit of a weird shepherd there. But eventually the Panthers get him without much harm. And, if this was the first half, if the scores were level, Pretzel, I'd say the Panthers are playing good high percentage football. But at the moment, they're trying to chase points. So someone from their team needs to step up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if it comes off the back of like a Preston Beats turnover or something like that. But yeah, they're going to need to do something quickly. Time is dwindling away. I believe lock interchanges should be coming on pretty soon too.
Yeah, I think I've just seen Mitch Barnes exit the field, correct. And that'll be Lucas Ed running back on. Luckily he's in that lock role, so the boys can be a little bit safer on this Panthers team. Oh, that could be the changeover. No, it's Artie Savini into the backfield. He tries to turn a couple inside out. And one thing that happened in that last set while we were speaking was Tim James got the first clean line break of the game from either side at hooker. So the Panthers might be getting a little bit loose around the ruck, which is dangerous ones for them. Moses Valentine there with a tackle. We'll have to wait and see whether the Raiders sort of have that same kind of lackadaisical attitude to getting back on side. As now Riley Murray is really, just been a non-factor in this game. For a man with his sidestepping ability, he hasn't really got going here. As now Will Kay gets a good offload away to TBK. And he's brought down 42 out from his own line. Third tackle here. Will Kay goes right. Preston Beats. A good ball out to Nielsen. Finds Rusty Shackelford. What's he doing on that right-hand edge? Not sure. But eventually he's been brought down. They go right again here. Phoenix Murphy, a bit of a weird play out of the ruck there, but it gets some good meters for them. They need some points, though. They're finishing their sets too far away to really make an impact on the scoreboard. As now Kay Nielsen puts on the B-hand on Trent Martins into the backfield. Trent Martins getting away from the players here, but no, a great coverage tackle there. I think that's Preston Beats gets him in what is probably a try saver, but it means the Raiders once again in good attacking territory. Are we finally going to see a double-digit lead, Pretzel?
Yeah, I mean, look, very possible. I mean, especially the Panthers, they seem to be shaking in their boots now that Lucas Ed has entered the field again. I actually thought his time was up for tonight. Yeah,
speaking of time being up, that's what Luke was saying to everyone that was hitting. It's time for them to sit down. Anyway, the Raiders, fourth tackle here. Tim James out of half, can't do nothing. Brought down eventually. Fifth tackle here. The Raiders, they can put this game to bed right now. 11 minutes left in this one. And it's a really good grubber. Cleaned up, though, by Lachlan McKinnon. And now he's into the backfield. No. A good tackle there. And, yeah, the last tackle options they've been good by the Raiders, but the last tackle defense by the Panthers has been extreme. That was a forward pass. Gerard Sutton has not seen that, which does not surprise me. As now Phoenix Murphy plays it. Although really, that's on the touch judgment. Who would actually expect them to hold the ball? I'm not sure. Preston Beats now driven backwards. And Pretzel, just the forward pack of the Panthers, has been battered from post to pillar in this game. And it looks like nothing's going to change for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems that they've just exerted all they can. But that's a good attempt.
Oh, that's
20,
good.
40.
40-20. Kane Nielsen, it's not going to have the meters, I don't think. Riley Murray, no, wisely goes infield rather than out. That's good from him. And so he's going to play the ball eventually now. Luke Thompson will come down with it. It just makes me wonder, did this Panthers team have a plan coming into this game? Like, where are their points coming from? Because at the moment, they don't have a question that the Raiders can't answer.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the beginning of the game, I said it was coming from Riley Murray. Some work out the back there. But it just seems that
has he played tonight?
It seems like they've just had his number, had him on lockdown.
Yeah, that is sure. Now Tenevisi Barnes into the backfield. That is a try. Too good from the Raiders. That'll make it a 10-point lead. Out of nowhere, really. He just beat a lot of players in that run. Codell Barnes, very well done.
And there it is. Game's opened up now. We've got a 10-point lead, 8 minutes to go. This is something that I didn't know if it was going to happen. I thought we might have just had a one-score game for the rest of the game. But good signs to see from the Raiders. Seems to be getting on top of it.
Yeah, and probably, that could be lights out for the Panthers.
Yeah, we have seen some funky stuff in SRL. I mean, I look, a 12-point turnaround in 8 minutes is something that's on there. It can happen. But I just don't know the likelihood of that occurring. As we get a bit of technical issues up in the box there where Snicko has had to dip out. So I'll see you out for the rest of the game here as the Raiders. They're not looking to die wondering here. Trent Martin gets a bit of a bump off, runs up to the 40-metre line. So the Raiders, they're looking to leave everything out on the field. They got 12 points up. They're just going to have some fun with this for the rest of the game. As Godwin, bit of a dummy half dash, dummy half passes, a dummy pass as well, but does get driven backwards in a tackle. Panthers are trying to throw everything at the wall. They do need to try and force a turnover quickly. As Preston Beats and Willie Kay, good tackle. Bit long in the tackle there. We've seen some 6-agains blown for less than that. But Luke Thompson now, he'll kick it from his own side of halfway. It will go down to the winger of Lecky Tua. He'll try and build up a bit of steam, but does get driven backwards in a two-man tackle there. So the Raiders, they're looking to just, close it out here and just play the safe game as Preston Beats gets driven backwards in a really good tackle there from, I believe that's Timoteo James. As we now get up over the 20-metre line. The Panthers look to be out on their feet at the moment. Panthers, they are struggling hard. Willie Kay, big ball out to TBK. And TBK will push up over 30 metres. So we'll look, 4 tackles now, 30 metres gained. This is not a very good set from the Panthers. They seem to have been absolutely exhausted, and I don't blame them. The tackling sets they've had to do have been absolutely phenomenal. They're going to kick from their own 30-metre line. The big kick, good meterage kick, but Tallis Riff, he'll just take that one there and we'll get up over 40 metres. 4 minutes left of the game here. It seems that the Panthers, they've sort of conceded from what it looks like. They're just going to try and not concede any more points. I don't think they have the energy in them to get any more points to try and close this gap. And the Raiders, they look to be just playing good football. As Preston Beats, though, he's got a never-say-die attitude there as he absolutely whacks. I can't see who that is. And I don't think he knows who he is. That was a great tackle from Preston Beats. Godwin now gets out of dummy half. Does make it up the field a little bit there. 30 metres out from the try line. They're going to have to look for a big punt kick. And that's what they do, down to Lecky Tua. Lecky Tua, he'll try and get past one, but can't get past... I believe that might be Artie Surveyor. But we'll go back towards the middle of the field. TBK now. He'll take a bit of a hit up. 20 metres out from his own try line. The Panthers, they're going to need to pull out some magic tricks here. And that's certainly a magic trick. Harrison Coward, one-on-one with, I believe that might have been... Yeah, my vision's not that great. I don't know who that was. But Rusty Shackelford now, 0 tackle. He'll get up over the 40-metre line. The Panthers might have a consolation try here if they do keep going the way they're going. TBK, he'll run up over towards the Kia Tasman logo. 40 metres out from about 35 metres out from the try line now. Minute and a half remaining. Panthers looking to get some points on the board. Rusty Shackelford gets driven back, 2 men in the tackle there. 3 tackles gone. They seem to be floundering a little bit. Willie K with a, oh my days. Willie K's been just murdered again. Caused a turnover in possession. Irby Arnsworth comes down with it. So the Raiders, they will just, I guess, take their time with this. 30 seconds left. They're going to look to just close out the game here. As that's what they do. 3 passes out the back. Taylor Swift with the ball. 20 seconds left. We'll have 1 play the ball left. James goes out to Thompson. Thompson just takes the run. And this will be the last hit up of the game. As we see the siren below there. The Raiders, they'll take the victory today. 12 points nil. Penrith, hard fought. But they just got battered. Like Snicko said earlier in the game, battered from pillar to post. They couldn't do much in there at all to try and come back. And it just seems that the Raiders, they just suffocated them out of this game. As we take a look at some of the match stats, as we see Penrith doubling the errors, on there. The completion rate and the completions were pretty much the same, making almost 50 more tackles than the Raiders would definitely affect anybody there. As we take a look at some match-specific stats, Luke Thompson, 10 tackles, 2 missed, quite a few kicks for 300 metres and 188 run metres. That's a great stint out of the half, the number 7 jersey, I believe that is. Mitch Barnes, 64 minutes, just under 100 run metres, 25 and 2 tackles. That's really good work from him there, and a line break. Timoteo James out of hooker. We saw it throughout the game, a lot of running out of there, but he got 233 run metres, 233 run metres, 31 tackles, none missed, 4 tackle breaks, a line break. So that's a really good stint from him out of dummy half. As we look down the line, Lucas said 17 and 2. And one stats not showing on there is about 3, I think maybe even more, 3 turnovers of possession off the back of his shoulders there. As we look further down the line, Irby Arnsworth, 162 run metres, James Godwin, 180 run metres, Taylor Riff, just shy of that 100. As we look down the rest of the line here, CM Barker, he played 17 minutes, 52 metres, and not a bad effort there. 6 tackles, no missed. So that's kind of what you'd want from your short minutes rotation there. As we look over to the Panthers, Willie K, 122 run metres, 33 tackles, no missed, 4 tackle breaks and a line break. A good stint from him there, but he did let up to 2 errors that were caused off the back of those big hits. As we look through the rest of the Panthers stats, 132 run metres for the captain, 21 and 1 on tackles. So a good stint at the back there. 21 tackles for a fullback to make is always some insane work. TBK hitting 119 run metres with 23 tackles and 1 missed. Wakabayashi, 100 run metres, 17 tackles, 1 missed, a few kicks. Jimmy Ralph, bit of a short stint, 16 run metres, 3 tackles and a missed. In comparison to what we've seen on the Raiders side of things there, with big difference in the metres ran and the overall how the game played out. Quite a few missed tackles across the board. And Kane Nelson from half, 15 tackles, none missed. It's a good effort from the whole Panthers side. They played really well, but the Raiders just were the better team today. I was your co-commentator, Josh Pretzel, and Snicko Bro was in the box with me for the first 60-odd minutes. We thank you for your company for your first game on the Monday night, and we look forward to the rest of SRL football.